Ever wonder why your favorite video games feel so immersive? It's not just what you see, it's what you hear. Game Audio Institute is here to share how they're training the next generation of creators to design the sound and music behind today's interactive worlds. I'm excited to welcome founders Steve Horowitz and Scott Looney. Welcome to Live in the Bay.
Thank you for having us. Great to be here.
Yes, it is so great to have you, and this is so fascinating. So why don't we start with, what is the Game Audio Institute and what do you guys teach?
Well, not surprisingly, we teach music and sound for games, and we've done it for many, many years. And we're focused on the art and the craft and all the technology that goes into making awesome sound for games.
Yeah, so cool. And Scott, when people think of video games, they don't always necessarily think about the sound, but why is this so important to the experience?
Well, sound usually is like of 50% of the game experience, basically, essentially. So like the idea is that, you will get a lot more of an immersive experience as a result of having great sound in a game, in terms of that kind of stuff. There's many moments where like the sound is what really like makes or breaks the game itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think back when I kind of was looking at that, and I thought about my experience as a kid. I played a lot of video games when I was a kid. I kind of don't do it so much anymore. I was saying I lost it once there was too many buttons on the control. Like, I couldn't keep up. But you're so right. There are those sounds in video games that will take you right back to that moment in my childhood, sitting, playing with my brother. And, we were always the two that were playing together. So I can see how sound is just so important. What was your experience in kind of the local game situation here that made you want to do this and really focus on this?
Absolutely. So, I mean, both of us are, from the Bay. I went to Berkeley High School, and I had no thoughts about having a career in music and sound for games. When I started out, I was a guitar player. Then I switched over to bass. I was at Berkeley High School and played in the big band there. Went down to Cal Arts for a couple of years. And when I came back up to the Bay, I had a friend who's like, have you ever thought about making your living writing music and sound for games? And I was like, no.
Sounds great.
I never did. And from there, I followed him around, worked with a bunch of companies, Sony, Sega, Crystal Dynamics. So my experience has been that it's a very warm, very inviting community, and a great community of both young and older folks now who are really excited about games, really excited about game music, and just want to be part of the industry.
Yeah, but traditionally, there are a lot of programs out there that don't really prepare students to have careers in this. Scott, talk about that and kind of how are you guys doing things a little differently?
Well, basically what we're doing is filling in a lot of the gaps, basically, because there's usually a school that will have maybe a block or possibly a whole course on game audio, but that's all you get, one course, essentially. Yeah. And in order to be able to really qualify for jobs in this rather competitive industry, you need to have a lot more skills, a lot more capability and things like that. And those schools are just not teaching those kinds of skill sets.
Yeah, just to highlight that point a little bit, when we first started the Game Audio Institute all the way back in 2011, right? We were sure that in 2 to 3 years, 4 years, every school would have a program in music and sound for games. And it hasn't turned out that way. So many of the folks who are participants in our program are in schools already where they're getting a little bit of information, but not as much. And they're so passionate about music and sound for visual media and for games. We just thought it was time to start a professional development program, right, that would just be concentrated on everything that you needed to know about music and sound for games. And the fact that we've both taught it for so long in the classroom, right? And we've seen the success of our method, of the way that we do it, it really gave us the impetus to say, it's time to do this now.
Yeah, and how are you guys preparing people for those careers?
Well, basically the deal is that we have, we're making our program a completely customized program, essentially. We bring in each individual person, and then basically we look at what their portfolio, what their already existing work is, where they may be lacking, where they have their strengths and things like that. And then as a result, we can recommend certain courses that we're doing. We're doing asynchronous courses, basically. And the deal is that then they will go through the courses completely at their own pace, so it's all totally self-paced learning and that sort of stuff. But in addition to that, we we have the individual mentorship meetings that we have with a wide variety of really excellent experts in the field, and they can give really good advice about that sort of stuff. And at the end of the journey, we have like career advice as well, so they can look at your portfolio and, you know, give you tips on interviews and things like that. So we're not guaranteeing, of course, any work, but, you know, but the idea is that we're giving them as much preparation as we can to put them in the best possible position to get the work, basically.
Yeah, that's excellent. One of the parts of this as well is that you offer scholarships. Is that correct?
Absolutely. So we do offer scholarships, and right now it's a little bit on a limited basis, but we do have a scholarship program that we're starting up.
Okay, and you also have a forum coming up soon as well.
Yes, so our forums take place once a month, and we like to open them up to the community. One thing about the way we do things is that we really want to build community. So this is not like an online school where you don't meet, you know, the people that you work with and that you're not involved with a community of people. So we have regular meetups, we keep office hours, we make sure that there are lots of touch points, and our forums are one of them. And I think the next one's coming up, what, on the
April 27th?
27th.
Yeah, perfect. Well, it is so fascinating what you guys do, and I love how you're creating a community out of it. Truly, you know, in this world, in any world, it's one of the most important things is networking and meeting
100%.
people with those connections. So you can take your skills and, you know, go on to the next level with them. So
and we just want to we want to give back, right? We want to make sure that, you know, folks who are coming up today have the same opportunities that we did. And, you know, things get busier in the industry and things change, right? So we want to make sure we keep up with that as well.
Perfect. Where can people find more information from you guys?
You can go to the website at gameaudioinstitute.com, and we have pretty much all the information you will need right there.